this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps. So I wanted to make sure that I shared it with you guys. It is this card here. I hope you guys can see it. And I'll have the supply list listed on my blog with all the details. I think this card would make a cute masculine card as well. The theme for the blog hop was Thanksgiving, so that's why I chose this card. And I just love the Vintage Leaves stamp set. It's very versatile. You can do so many things with it, so many different techniques. I love the stamp set. I will keep it forever. If it retires, goes away, whatever, it's not going to leave my craft room, that's for sure. So if you want to see how I made the card and did the little like different technique on the front, I like trying different techniques and different designs, and I just love that I used the stitched framelits and just, you know, the soft suede card base and 4 pieces of different cardstock, different colored cardstock to create a different look for this card. So if you want to know how I made it, stay tuned. Hi everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a beautiful fall card I'm going to share with you today. I participated in a blog hop, and this is the card I made. Our theme was Thanksgiving, so I just thought it was just a beautiful card. I think this would make a nice masculine card as well. I love the colors in this card, and we're using the all so popular Vintage Leaves. If you do not have this stamp set, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is such a beautiful stamp. I have made so many cards with this stamp set. I will keep the stamp set forever. I just adore it, and it has the framelits, so you can get the framelits to cut out your die cut your images. So that's the stamp set we're using. I used the stitched shaped framelits to cut out my squares, and I only used the largest one. I used it to cut out the crushed curry piece, and then I used the second largest to cut out the rest of my squares. I used pumpkin pie, Cajun craze, and old olive. So that's what I used to get those. Let me just put this up. And then the sentiment comes from the stamp set, Teeny Tiny Wishes. And it's that one right there, Happy Thanksgiving. So I debated on putting this on a banner and putting it over in the left-hand corner. You know what? Let's try that. Let me grab my punch. So we'll just do an impromptu and see what this looks like. I think I'll do it in the old olive, and I've got my little punch here, and we'll see how that works. That stamp coordinates with that, or that punch coordinates with that stamp set, the Teeny Tiny Wishes. Okay, my card base is soft suede. So what I'm going to do is open it up so that way I can stamp on this side and get my images really nice. You know what, actually I'm going to fold it because I don't want to get anything on the back side. Glad I thought about that. Now I'm going to use soft suede ink. Just going to move my squares out of the way for right now. And so I'm just going to take, I'm going to have to unmount one of these and get back in here and get this leaf image. Thought I had them all out, but I forgot about using that one on the card base. So we'll just ink that up, put it on our block first, and then just ink it up and just get it nice and inky. And I'm going to do one right here. And I have my mat down because I don't want to get my work surface a mess. So I just did 2. Great big, that's a big image there. So let me just clean that off so I can try to not get my hands very messy. And then I'll put the other one. Then I used this one. And again, I just, you know, I wanted to get around the sides of the card because that kind of shows through, and I really messed that up. I did not hardly even stamp down on that. Was totally my fault, guys. So I'm just gonna see if I can go over it. The squares are gonna hide it, so it's not really that big of a deal. So that looks pretty good there. Okay, and I think I also used, I kind of used the bigger stamps. It looks like I used every stamp in the stamp set for this card. So I used this one. So let me just grab a block and get that one to fit on there like that. And I'm just going to come in there. Like I said, I'm kind of using this just to fill the card base, so there's images there in the background. So you can even go in with a tinier one like this one, and we could do something like that. I think I'll do one over here, and it's fine that they're overlapping. Doesn't bother me at all to see that. Kind of looks like a jungle now. Then I'm going to take, and I'm going to use Early Espresso, and I'm going to use one of our little finger daubers, and I'm just going to go around the edge of the cardstock. And just ink that up. And I like this to show through a lot, so that's why I'm just using that darker ink. I really wanted it to pop on the card and help the card to pop. And I like to just really get on top of there and grunge it up. Okay. That is good there. So then we can move that out of the way. And the first image, I'm going to go back to Soft Suede. And my first image that I'm going to stamp is going to be, again, this one. And I think I put maybe that on there crooked. Let me make sure I have that on there good. Okay, so it's going to be this leaf. And we're just going to ink it up in Soft Suede. And I just kind of centered it, kind of like that. And just push that away. Okay. Then the next one I'm going to do is on my old olive. And I'm going to use this leaf. And before I had the leaf going to the right, this time I'm going to turn it facing the left. Just pop that down. Then I'm going to use this one on my piece of Cajun Craze. And I'm going to get the tip of that stamp, the very tip of this right there, as close as I can get it up here. So that's the image I really want to show through. You know, I really don't care about the stem if that's being covered up. Then we'll take our piece of pumpkin pie and the little tiny leaf. And I had one come in from this direction. And then I had another one coming in from that direction. Okay. Then I'm going to grab the sentiment that says Happy Thanksgiving. And I really hope this sticks because I was having a little bit of an issue, and I'm actually going to, it's such a tiny stamp that it was having like a rock effect, and I wasn't liking the way I was getting my image. So let's try it on our banner here. And let's just see what happens. If I don't get it straight or if I rock, we'll just try it on the... Oh, well, I stamped it upside down. But that'll work, right? So let's just pop that in there. I hope I did it down. Trying to eyeball it and see if we make it even there. Okay, I think a piece got stuck in there, but I can get it later. So then what I did was I brought my card in and I laid my images down where I thought I was gonna have them placed on my card just to see where they were going to fit, how I was going to arrange them, that kind of thing. Because you don't want to glue them together only to find out that something's not right, or you glued them too far apart or too close together, and or you left too much space and now you can't get everything to fit on the card front. So that looks good. Let's see what this looks like down here. I think I'm going to ink around the edges of this though. I tried inking around the squares and I did not like that look. I ended up throwing those away. I think it was the stitching that I just didn't like the way it looked. And I'm going to tell you guys right now that I'm making this video before the blog hop has even happened, because I want to be able to have my video go live when the blog hop goes. So this will be the card that I'm making with you that I'm actually going to post on for my blog hop, because I really like that banner better than just stamping that on there like that. I think the orange, the pumpkin pie with that old olive is really looking good. I really like that. I'm glad I tried that. Okay, so let's just try to rearrange these again. And I'm just gonna, I want a little bit more of my yellow leaf there on the crushed curry shining through. So I think I kind of like that. I think you can see enough of the leaves. So what I did was I took my Tombow and I would just lift up, and on this one I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue for the pieces that have to be glued together. I don't want to get anything on the back of my soft suede, so I'm just going to put that there. Then I'm going to take my old olive piece and I'm going to put just a little bit of Tombow there at the bottom, and right about there, because I want a little peek of that showing through. Okay. Then you want to be careful moving it too until that dries, because you don't want to get anything crooked. So then I'm going to take this and put just a little bit of Tombow right there, because then that's what's going to hold that piece down. I'm just going to move that in. So now every connecting piece should be glued in some way or another without actually being glued onto our card base. So then you can put snail on the back of, I hope I've been in camera frame, you guys. I'm sorry if I wasn't. I was really concentrating on what I was doing. I hope you could see that. If you can't, I'll just do a little, just pick this piece up and I put a little bit of Tombow there. I put just a little bit of Tombow in the back in this area of the old olive, and then a little bit of Tombow right here on the old olive to catch that little bit of the Cajun craze. You just want to connect your pieces, okay? So you can either use your Tombow to finish this off. What I did was I just used my snail. And what I did was I just put snail all the way around every piece that was going to be connected. And I'm out of snail and I'm out of fast fuse. So we will go back to Tombow really quick. I'm not going to make you guys wait while I go load up my snail. It's across the room from me and I just don't want to make you guys have to wait. So we will just do this. Bring in our card base again. Make sure you guys can see me. And then you just put it down wherever you want it. Okay. Then this, I think I'm going to use our mini dimensionals. And my piercing tool, I'd be using it too, but it's across the room as well. Let me see if I got that. I know the one came off, but I'm not sure. I have a hard time sometimes picking these up. So sometimes it's easier to use my snips. I feel like when I roll it around on my finger like that, it loses some of its stickiness. Okay, then we'll just take that backing off. Whoops, and that backing off. And then we will just put this, I'm going to put it up just a little bit because I want a little bit of that stitch to show through. So there you guys go. This is my card I made for my blog hop that I participated in. If you want to visit my blog, it is bobbystamps.com, and I'll show you the one I originally made. So this is the one I originally made. This is the one I will post the picture of on my blog. It is Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and there's always a bunch of very talented women that participate in this blog hop, and there's also a free giveaway, a drawing that we do every month. We do this blog hop every month, and we do a giveaway. So all you have to do is leave a comment on anybody's blog that you visit during the hop, and your name will be entered in the drawing for the prize. So I hope you guys enjoy this card, and thanks for stopping by.